Hello class, this is your teacher Mr. McDougall, and this is your next project. This is the first project of Unit 2, creating a mood board. So we're in Unit 2, which is the pre-production phase, and again this is getting ready for the unit and the rest of the school year. So you're kind of setting up your inspiration because you're going to be creating a lot of cool shots and videos and things, and this will help guide you when you feel stuck. So if you're ever just having writer's block, you can't figure out what to write or what to take pictures of, you're making this mood board right now to refer back to it. And again, I want you to take your time with this process. You don't need to rush through it. If you rush through it, you'll just make your life harder later on when you're trying to come up with ideas. So the first thing is we're going to write down a few ideas to possibly come up with. Then we're going to search those ideas and create a mood board with them. And you'll end up creating something similar to this. Again, it won't look exactly like mine, but this is my mood board when I shoot weddings. We're going to find some potential images that inspire us, as well as some cool colors that fit our color scheme. So the first thing I want you to do is you're going to write stuff down, and you can do it one of two ways. If you like to write on paper, take out a pen or pencil and a piece of paper, or create a Google Doc. Either way you'd like to do it is fine. So if I'm going to do a Google Doc, I'll come up here to my Google Apps, click on Docs, and let's start with a blank one. And again, you could do it either way. If you prefer to write things down on pen or pencil, if you're that kind of person, that's fine. Let's give it a name. Just like I said in the previous assignment, if you don't name your projects or your creations, everything's just going to be called untitled, and you're going to have trouble finding where they are. So just put your name and do mood board ideas for right now. Unless you're writing it down on a piece of paper, you can also write that. So what you're going to do for this one, let's do a list form. If you come over here to this top section, you'll see options. Let's do this list form right here. For what I want you to do now is you're going to think about what inspires you. So close your eyes, keep them closed, and just take a big deep breath. Slow it down, slow your heart rate down. Just relax for a second. Don't worry about everything else you got going on. Take one more deep breath. And think about the words that inspire you. What inspires you to create? If you're going to create art or music or do something or get motivated, what gets that drive going inside of you? And just start writing down the first words that come to mind. So let me think. What inspires me to create? And it could just be the first words that come to mind. I'm going to put nature, weddings, landscapes. I'm just, again, writing down the very first thing. It could be colors. It could be seasons. It could be sports or a specific sport if you write soccer or football. Just, again, whatever the first words are that come to you. If you didn't think of anything, that's okay. Try it again. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just the first words that come to your mind when it comes to inspiration, what drives you? Try to get at least 10 words, and just do it a couple times until you get 10. If you are struggling, that's okay. If you're not in the mood, take a deep breath and try a couple times until you get about 10 words or so. Let's go with lights. Put nighttime. What else inspires me? Forest and street. Again, it could also make sense if they don't seem to have anything to do with each other, or if they're conflicting. I have streets and nature at the same time, even though they're backwards. Weddings and landscapes, fall, sports. Even if they don't go together, that's okay. It's okay to have more than one thing going on. So the next thing I want you to do, once you have your list, again, if you haven't gotten that part, pause this video and try it again until you get a list of 10 words, again, that inspire you. If you don't like your list, do it again. I want you to have these words that resonate with you. Once you've gotten that, pick about 4 or 5 of them that really stand out to you. So if I look at these, let's say I like nature, and make a way for them to stand out. So you can either bold them like that if you want to bold them. You can also highlight them by clicking this highlighter. Now that word stands out. Just pick a way to make the word itself stand out to you. Or you can even make the text bigger if you want to go like that. Just something that makes them stand out. Pick about 4 or 5 words. What are the ones that really jump out to you? I'm digging these words right now. Something like that. Okay, so I like all the words, but these ones are really resonating with me right now. So let's take those words and we're going to try and type them into searchable phrases to search for images online. And what I mean by that is things that we're going to create for our mood board. So I go back to the example. I created this with these warm landscape wedding photos. So if I do this, let's say what I have right here. How about sunsets in nature. Or maybe you wrote down something like the beach, so you can put like sunsets on the beach. Maybe that's something you wrote down. Or sports at night. Try to get at least 3 sentences that you can search up. Forest weddings. Again, it doesn't have to be complete sentences. They're just short little phrases that we can then put into Google search to try and find some images like this. So let's take this first image, whatever one you've come up with. And again, if I'm going too fast, if you're not at this part yet, pause the video, get to this part, and then move on with me. So once you have it, let's search for that. Let's search copy paste sunsets at the beach and make sure we're on images because we're going to look for some cool images. So if I click on one that has potential, that's good. That one's pretty good. When you find one that you like, before you start downloading, you're not going to copy. So don't right click and do copy and put it over here. We are not doing that. We're going to download these for our mood board. So when you're hovering over your picture, there's a couple things I want you to pay attention to is this set of numbers right here. See how it says 640 by or times 320? Don't worry, you're not doing any kind of math, but I just want you to look at these numbers. This is the pixel resolution. This tells you how high quality the photo is. And we haven't gotten into resolution yet, but for a rule of thumb for right now, don't choose anything where these numbers are less than, let's say, 800. You want things that are higher than that. Like this one is 300. That's way too low quality. If you download it and put it on your picture, you're going to notice it's going to look really bad. It's going to look all pixelated and squared like Minecraft. We don't want it to look like that. So this one is a little too low quality. Let's try something else. This one's really good. This one's in the thousands, so this one's going to be super sharp potentially. So let's download it. So to download it, you're going to right-click, do Save Image As, and you're going to save it. Something you need to watch out for as well is when you download it, see what kind of file type it is. The only option is JPEG and PNG are the ones that will work. If you get a file and it says web, then that's no good. That's not going to work either. So this is a really good picture with high resolution, but it's a web file, so that one's also not going to work. I got to find a better one. That one's too low quality. This one's nice. This one's 1600 by 900. I like that one. And this looks really pretty. Let's save this one. Perfect. This is what we're looking for. It has to say JPG or PNG. Those are the only two that you can use. And then we'll click Save. So download about 5 to 10 images of what you like. And again, it doesn't all have to be the same. Search those other ones too. Let's search the sports at night one. Let's copy paste and search that. See, here's some cool ones too. Oh, look at this motocross one. That one's pretty legit. That's a good high quality photo. Let's save that one. That one's a JPEG. Perfect. We can use that one as well. Again, you can have more than one. If you have 3 or 4 searches right here that are all different, you don't have to have your mood board all be the same thing. It doesn't all have to be one topic. It could be multiple topics. It could be 2 or 3 topics at the same time. So download your photos and put them into your Google Drive, as we always do. When you download something, go to your Intro to Graphics folder, and let's make one called Mood Board, and that's where you're going to put all your downloaded pictures in for potential. So once you have all those, again, if you're not done with that, pause it and start downloading some more and then move on to the next step with me. We're going to go back to Adobe Express again. So back here on Adobe Express, we're going to create our mood board. So I'm going to click this big plus button and we're going to do landscape right here. Click landscape. Again, it starts out as untitled, so let's give it a title. Put your name, mood board. Do your first name. I'm just putting my last name since I'm your teacher, but put your first name, mood board. So then you're going to start uploading your file. So right here where it says upload, click on upload, and then let's find our pictures. My drive, here's my Intro to Graphics one, and here's my mood board folder. This is where I saved all those pictures I just downloaded. So if they're in your downloads folder, you can still upload them, but I would move them to your Intro to Graphics folder first. So upload all of them, but you're only going to keep about 4 to 5 pictures on there in total. When you upload them all, they'll all jump in there. That's okay. Just move them off to the side for right now. And then you could start adjusting them however you like. You can change the layer order. See how this one's underneath? If I move it up top, now it's on top right here on the layers. So it doesn't really matter how you have it spaced out because, again, you're going to change it in just a second. I'll let you kind of rearrange it however you want. The next thing we're going to do is add some colors. So to do that, I want you to add 5 circles. So come over here to Elements. And then under Elements, we're going to search for Circle. And something really important to take note of right here, when you're looking at circles, choose from shapes, not icons. Don't pick this circle right here. This is just the outer ring. We want a full circle that we can fill in. So if I go to the side over here, you'll see there's two good ones right here. Pick either one of these. It doesn't really matter. You can click on it once, or you can just click and drag to drop it in, because we're going to change the color. It doesn't matter if it's gray or black. We're going to fill in the color in just a second. If you pick this one, it won't work because it's just an outer ring. That's not what we want, not that one. All right, so this one, first let's just change the size a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, because we're going to duplicate it so we have 5. So we just click duplicate 4 times until you have 5 circles. And it doesn't really matter, just spread them out for right now, because you're going to put them wherever you want in just a second. All right, I'm going to have them lined up right there, but you can move them or have them crisscross or zigzag, whatever you want. Just leave them there for now until we get the colors. So the next thing on mood board is I posted a link to this website called Coolers right here. If you click on that and you're going to click Start Generator, you might get a pop-up if it's the first time you opened it, but then click Start Generator. And what this is a random color generator. If you tap the space bar on your keyboard, and please just tap the space bar, don't slam it really hard so everyone hears you tapping. Every time you tap the space bar, it randomly generates 5 colors. And I want you to go through here until you see 5 colors that resonate with you. Do you like greens or warm colors or something like pink or purple? Pick any 5 colors that resonate with you. I kind of like this one actually. So once you find a color that you like, the important thing to take note of is this 6-digit number right here. So click on this number and it will give you this hex code with this little hashtag. So copy this. You can do right click copy or Command or Control C on your keyboard. Come back to your mood board and we're going to fill that color right here. Let's go with this first circle. Click on the circle and then go to fill. Once you go to fill, it's going to get some preset colors, but you're going to click on custom. Now with custom, you'll see there's a hex code right here, and this is where we're going to paste that number we just copied. Select the whole thing. Make sure you select everything, including the hashtag, and then Command or Control V to paste, and then hit enter on your keyboard. So now I've set it with that exact shade of, I want to say teal right there. This exact teal color, I put it just like that. I also want you to put the hex code next to the color. So if I click back on my board, if I paste again, it will paste it right here, and just put them near each other. If you want to put them over each other or next to each other or change the color of text, either way it doesn't really matter, but keep them next to each other so you know this is the hex code for this particular color. And I want you to do that 4 more times. So then go back here, generate some more colors until you find the ones that you like. Maybe I want to go with this one. Let's copy that code. And then let's do the same thing with this circle right here. And then paste it right here. Enter. Perfect. Now I have that one, and let's also paste the number itself right here so they're all together. And again, keep these numbers together, but you can move it however you want. If you want to put them next to each other or right across the middle or round it out, again, just play with it. This is your board to do whatever you want. And again, these are the colors that are going to inspire you. So what these numbers are, believe it or not, when you're filling up a color, there is all these shades of orange right here. There's all these shades of green. And these are microscopic little pixels. If you zoom in tremendously on the screen, you'll see everything is made up of just teeny tiny little pixels. And there's trillions and trillions of colored pixels that make up a screen. And believe it or not, every single one of those tiny pixels has its own individual hex code for each one. And that's what these codes are. Every time I click a little bit, you'll see this number changing. So if you want that exact specific code, that's where you're going to click on. And if you want to go back, if you want to undo something, that's Control or Command Z on your keyboard. See if I go back, if I keep hitting Control Z, or you can also come up here, the undo button, keep going back until you get back to the color that you wanted, which for me is this orange one right here. And then you can start playing around with it. Move your board the way you want. Add some more fun elements to it, just like we did with the AI poster. If you want to add some cool shapes or something in the background, maybe something right here, bring it all the way to the back. Now I have this cool little logo right here. This is where I want you to really decorate it. Again, this is going to be your mood board that inspires you. So have fun, rearrange it, take your time, really get it the way you want. If I want all these right here, this is where you get to have fun. Because this is what's going to inspire you when you're taking your photos or creating your art, is I want you to look at this. If you don't know what to take pictures of or what to write about, look here. I go, oh, maybe I want to write something about football, or maybe I want to take a cool landscape photo of the sky. Maybe that's the vibe that I feel. So keep working on your mood board, again, until you have something looking similar to mine with your 5 colors and your mood board pictures laid out however you'd like. And just like we did in the previous assignment, when you're done, you're going to download it as a JPEG. Click download, and you're going to turn that into this assignment right here. Again, well, you'll see a add or create file. Click that to add your file, and you're good to go. Again, play around, enjoy it, and have fun. Can't wait to see what you create.